Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I've always been a stickler for original work, for putting in the hours and seeing my vision come to life. My career as a UI/UX designer at Quantum Innovations was everything to me. We were working on a critical client pitch for a revolutionary new AI interface, a project that could define our careers and bring in millions. The pressure was immense, and I was burning the midnight oil, meticulously crafting my concepts. I was confident I had something truly innovative. One evening, I was deep in flow in the late-night studio, just me and a few other designers. I had to step out for a moment, grab a coffee. I left my workstation unlocked, screen visible, with my latest prototype in progress displayed. When I came back, the atmosphere felt different. My colleague, Brendan, and a couple of others were huddled around their screens, looking unusually productive after what had been a difficult day for them. Brendan just gave me a quick, almost too casual nod. I brushed it off until the next day, when I saw versions of my core design elements popping up in everyone else's early mock-ups. Not just inspiration, but direct lifts of my unique navigation structure and icon sets. It was clear. Brendan, the main culprit, had copied my work and likely shared it with his cronies to gain an unfair advantage for the upcoming internal review. This wasn't just a stolen idea. It was a theft of my effort, my potential bonus, and my shot at leading this project. My blood ran cold. I'd seen this kind of academic cheating in college, but never in a professional setting where livelihoods were at stake. The initial shock quickly turned into a simmering fury. I wasn't just going to let this slide. Brendan and his co-conspirators had bitten off more than they could chew. I decided then and there that I would not only expose their laziness and deceit, but also ensure they faced the consequences. My plan was meticulous and twofold. First, bait them into a critical error that would unequivocally prove their theft, and second, absolutely nail my own presentation, leaving no doubt about my capabilities and their reliance on stolen goods. I knew I couldn't just accuse them without solid proof, and the best proof would be their own demonstrable incompetence when faced with an engineered flaw. The very next week, I accidentally left my workstation unlocked again, with a new iteration of my design prominently displayed. This version looked almost identical to the previous one, but I had subtly introduced a critical, yet plausible, design flaw in the core navigation logic, a dependency loop that would cripple scalability if implemented. It wasn't immediately obvious. It required a deeper understanding of the system architecture to spot. I went for a water break, making sure I was gone long enough for them to do their dirty work. Sure enough, Brendan and his little crew were once again busily working when I returned, an unearned smugness on their faces. The internal review was set for Friday. On Wednesday, I casually approached our department head, Marcus, a sharp, no-nonsense mentor I respected greatly. "Marcus," I began, "I've noticed something concerning with some of the preliminary design concepts floating around. It seems there might be a fundamental misunderstanding of the scalability requirements for the quantum AI project. Specifically, a dependency loop in the navigation structure that would lead to catastrophic performance issues under load." I paused, letting that sink in. I suspect some designers might have borrowed from an early, flawed draft of my own work, failing to grasp the underlying technical implications that led me to discard that particular iteration. Marcus's eyes narrowed. He was astute. He didn't need me to spell it out entirely. He knew a theft when he heard one. He thanked me for my vigilance and assured me he'd keep an eye on things. That was my signal. Friday arrived. Brendan's team presented first. As expected, their concept was a slightly tweaked version of my flawed bait design. They went through the motions, oblivious, even proud. The dependency loop was front and center in their demo. You could almost hear the collective gasp from the senior engineers in the room as they mentally calculated the disaster. Marcus maintained a poker face. Then it was my turn. I presented my actual final design, polished, optimized, and completely free of the critical flaw I'd planted. My presentation flowed seamlessly, demonstrating not just innovation but a deep technical understanding of scalability and user experience. I was confident, articulate, and passionate. My solution was elegant, robust, and utterly brilliant. The contrast was stark. After my presentation, the room buzzed with positive feedback. Marcus exchanged a pointed look with the CEO. The meeting wrapped up quickly after mine. Later that afternoon, I heard whispers. Brendan and his team were called into Marcus's office. It wasn't a short meeting. By the end of the day, an internal memo circulated about unethical conduct and intellectual property misuse, resulting in immediate termination for certain individuals involved in the quantum AI project. While names weren't explicitly stated in the memo, everyone knew it was Brendan and the others who had lifted my flawed design. Their careers at Quantum Innovations, and likely in any reputable tech firm in the city, were over. Marcus later pulled me aside. "Amelia," he said, a faint smile playing on his lips, "your design was exceptional, truly groundbreaking, and your integrity even more so. You're now officially leading the Quantum AI UI/UX team." The project launched successfully, and I received a substantial bonus and a promotion, becoming one of the youngest team leads in the company's history. Brendan? I heard he struggled to find work, his reputation utterly ruined. He got exactly what he deserved. Justice, in this case, was not only served cold but with an extra dash of poetic irony. Seeing their faces, the dawning realization of their monumental error and the swift consequences, was a profound and deeply satisfying experience. I won, and they lost everything they tried to steal from me.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.